Congressman Ted Lieu, as usual, he is a great, he knows how to put his points together very well whenever he's in one of these hearings. Well, the congressman first played a video at the hearing, the Garland sham hearing, where they're attempting to somehow make it seem like the Hunter Biden issue is really a real issue. Well, what Democrats are doing in this hearing is turning two real issues. And in the case of Ted Lieu, what he decided to do is remind America about January 6th, played it out, and then showed the effectiveness of the Justice Department, even if some of us think they started too late, but in getting the job done, having brought over 1,000 of these people, indicted over 1,000 of these people who participated in the attempted coup, convicting over, I think, 400 or 500 of them, and then highlighting the major ones there. I mean, Lieu did an exceptional job. He used 40% of his time to remind America what that violent event looked like. And then he used the other 60% of his time to go ahead and make the case. He called out all the white supremacists, all the thugs that actually effected this, and he made sure to let everybody know it was on behalf of Donald Trump. Donald Trump told them to do it, and then listen to what he had to say at the end. Check this out. We'll then take it on the other side.
Attorney General Garland, the Department of Justice charged over 1,100 defendants in connection with the attack on our Capitol, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
I'm going to state two facts. The people who showed up on January 6th to attack the nation's Capitol were supporters of Donald Trump. They attacked the Capitol to stop Congress from certifying the fact that Donald Trump lost the election. Those two facts were so horrible that some in the right-wing media and some Republican members of Congress could not handle that, so they made up conspiracy theories. In fact, Donald Trump called January 6th a beautiful day. He said the people who showed up had love in their hearts. The Republican member of Congress said January 6th was like a normal tourist visit. And some Republicans have said there were no weapons used on January 6th. Attorney General Garland, were there weapons used in the attack on January 6th?
Yes, in the video you already saw some of the weapons that were used, and there are obviously many more, many hours of video.
Another conspiracy theory is that somehow the FBI actually orchestrated this attack. So I'm going to go through some cases that have gone through completion and resulted in sentencing. Joe Biggs was sentenced to 17 years in prison for seditious conspiracy and other counts related to attack on our nation's Capitol. Have you seen any shred of evidence that Joe Biggs was an FBI agent?
No.
In fact, Joe Biggs was a member of the Proud Boys. This is what Assistant U.S. Attorney Connor Monroe stated about Joe Biggs and the Proud Boys in court. He stated, quote, "They saw themselves as Donald Trump's army, fighting to keep their preferred leader in power no matter what the law or the courts had to say about it." And on September 4th, Joe Biggs stated that he is confident Trump will pardon him. He said, quote, "Oh, I know he'll pardon us. We're his supporters. We went there like he asked." I'd like to now ask you about the case of Stewart Rhodes, who was sentenced to 18 years in prison for the attack on our nation's Capitol. Have you seen any shred of evidence that Stewart Rhodes was an FBI agent?
No.
In fact, he was the founder of the Oath Keepers, a far-right paramilitary organization. Rhodes asked Donald Trump to call them up as militia. Then I'd like to ask you about Enrique Tarrio, who was sentenced to 22 years in the attack on our nation's Capitol. Have you seen any evidence that Enrique Tarrio was an FBI agent?
He was not an FBI agent.
In fact, he was the leader of the Proud Boys. What happened on January 6th is that Donald Trump's supporters showed up because he told them to. They marched to the Capitol because he told them to. They attacked the Capitol because he told them to stop the steal. That is the truth. And that is how history is going to record it. Thank you for prosecuting those who attacked our nation's Capitol. I yield back.
Well, what did he do? He made sure to say how history will record this. It's important for Americans to understand this attempted coup will not be covered, will not be facaded if that is a word, we won't be able to put a facade on exactly what happened with this attempted coup. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel. And number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.